Alright everyone, so we were just giving it some time to make sure we got it in the groups and everybody can see it. So I just want to go over your credit scores because there have been a lot of questions lately on where you can get your credit scores. Alright. Alright, so let's go over some monitoring services. I know there are so many of them, but here we have a list of 12. I could probably go on all night if I were to try to cover them all, but we'll just cover these. Alright, so Credit Sesame, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of these free ones. Credit Sesame is one of the free ones. It offers one score. It's a TransUnion score. Keep in mind that they only offer the one Vantage score. It's also called an educational score, which is basically just a general idea of the ballpark of where your score is. And that score is determined by your TransUnion report. Then we have what everybody is using is Credit Karma. Now these links that are here that you see, if there's one here that you want to, look into and maybe see more about, you can actually click on these links here so that you can pull them up and, see if it's something that you want to look into. So we have Credit Karma here. That one provides 2 scores out of the 3 reports. So, you're still going to be missing out on your Experian, but it will give you an idea of, your TransUnion and your Equifax. But they are also Vantage scores, not FICO scores. And sometimes they can be quite a bit off from your actual FICO scores. So, and that's why you only see me saying that they're really not accurate, and to try to, if you're, fixing your credit and you want to watch your scores, like especially for people that are trying to buy houses or, get a new car or something that they're trying to do soon, and they're going to need those scores to be in a certain place. So, if you're just using it to, start working on your credit and start, at least just looking at the accounts, but I wouldn't use it to base your score on. Okay, so, and another thing with Credit Karma, before you apply for the cards that they offer, know how the service works. It's free to you, but they do get paid. They get paid by offering you credit cards. Each credit card that you apply for on their website is an affiliate link. So when you sign up and you get approved, they get paid. So their service is free to you, but they do get paid to offer you credit cards. Just be careful what you apply for and don't base your decision on the fact that Credit Karma said you had good odds. You want to do a little bit of research, into whatever card that they're offering you, and just make sure that you're not applying for something that in most cases you would be denied for, because those inquiries can really rack up too, as I'm sure many of you have seen. So then we have WalletHub. WalletHub is also free. All of these ones that I've talked to you about so far are free. Now this one was a little bit confusing to me. I actually, before I started this live, tried to sign up for WalletHub. It was a little bit confusing because I thought that it had said that it had 3 scores, but then I could only see 1, so I don't know. It had the same score that Credit Karma has, and that's the Vantage TransUnion score, and that's the one that I could see. So I don't really see much use in WalletHub if you already have Credit Karma. And then there's Mint. That's another credit monitoring service. It says that it offers a free score. I couldn't find where to sign up for the free score without having to put my card information in. But their monthly service for all 3 scores and reports is $16.99. But they also use Vantage scoring. Their scores are calculated using the Equifax scoring model for each of your reports. And then, of course, everybody's question is where to get the most accurate FICO score. There is really only one place to get the most accurate FICO score, and that is MyFICO. It's the consumer division of Fair Isaac, the company that invented the FICO score used by lenders. Introduced over 25 years ago, FICO scores have become the global standard for measuring credit risk in banking, mortgage, credit card, auto, and retail industries. You see, the thing with MyFICO, and the reason that you don't see me saying for everybody to sign up for MyFICO is a lot of people, a lot of members in the group are also not just trying to fix their credit, but trying to fix their finances too, and sometimes they're working on a really tight budget. So $40 a month is a bit much for somebody that's trying to really strap down on their finances. So, and then we have Experian, which is next. Now, everyone has a favorite when it comes to credit monitoring, especially if they look at them as much as I do. Experian is user-friendly. Everything is in its place. It's accurate, reliable. Their scores are comparable to FICO scores, and they don't cost as much as the others. This one is also useful because you have the free account that you can sign up for. You don't have to have the monthly account. Of course, you can get the monthly account in the beginning for $4.99, and you can get all 3 reports. But then you can downgrade after you get that, and you can just keep the free account, which is pretty awesome, because with the free account, you can get your dispute results right there on the website, without having to wait for them to mail them to you like the other 2 bureaus. You can view your updated reports once your dispute results are in, and of course the credit alerts are very useful during the dispute process as well. So I know everybody that's been in my inbox, that's the first thing I ask them is, do you have an Experian account? So I really like them. They're really easy to use. And then there's Equifax. Now, again, for anybody that's just came in or didn't hear me in the beginning, all of these links, if you want to look into them, you can click each one and you can look into each one. So Equifax, I don't really use Equifax credit monitoring service, but they have been said to have scores comparable to your FICO scores as well. So then there's TransUnion. And the prices are here too. I'm sure everybody already noticed that, but I probably should have mentioned that in the beginning. All these are the prices, the monthly service for each one. Alright, so then we have TransUnion. TransUnion credit monitoring is said to use the Vantage scores. However, I can't speak on that from experience, but they do offer a free service to view your TransUnion credit report called True Identity, which can be useful. However, it doesn't come with a score, but you can see your report through TransUnion and see what is reporting on there. So, I mean, even I have that, so it might be useful for you. And then there's Credit Check Total, which is a part of Experian. I used to use this one all the time. However, they started to have some issues with logging in. So that's when we switched over to Experian and haven't had any issues since. So I don't know. I know some of you have Credit Check Total, and some of you that have come in my inbox have also had the same issues. So I don't know if that's an issue anymore, but I found something that works, so that's what we stick to. So then we have FreeScore Connect. Let's see. This one you can get your Experian credit report and FICO score. Completely free, no credit card required. It says it has a 7-day free trial, and then after that it's $39.90 a month. That one is also part of Experian. Then we have Privacy Guard. That one has a scoring model all its own. That is the Credit Expert scoring model. So it's not FICO and it's not Vantage. It's all in its own category. Then you have Identity IQ, and I'm almost positive that Identity IQ also uses Vantage scores, and that one is $30 a month. So when you're looking at your scores and you want to know, where to get the most accurate scores, like, if you're trying to get ready to buy a house or car, or, apply for some type of loan or something like that, then you want to use something that uses either FICO scores or something at least comparable to FICO scores, which would be MyFICO, Experian's really good. And you got these ones that use FICO, but these ones up here, if you're just trying to fix your credit and just starting to dispute negative items and stuff like that, then these free ones are okay just to keep track. It's just, to get a general idea of what needs work. Alright, so then you also have credit cards that offer you free scores. Of course, there's probably plenty more of them, but here's a short list. So if you have any of these cards, you should also be able to get a free score. Now some of these, like Discover here, you can get your free score. You don't have to, and you can click on this link right here too. You don't have to have a Discover card in order to get your credit score through them. They give that to you whether you have a card or not. Most of them are offered if you have a card. So if you have any of these cards, I know some people have the Walmart and the Barclays and Bank of America, Wells Fargo. They all offer a free score, and I'm sure a lot more credit cards will be coming on board with that too. Alright, so the difference between Vantage, let's just go over this. The Vantage score was developed by 3 major credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Vantage Score 3.0 model uses a range between 300 and 850. It's an educational score. Some people call it a FACO score. I don't even like that word. Let's just call it an educational score. It can provide a general sense of your overall credit health, but the actual scores used by lenders are different. Most lenders, almost all, use FICO scores. The FICO score was first introduced in 1989 by FICO. The FICO model is used by most banks and credit grantors. FICO scores are based on consumer credit files from the 3 national credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. FICO is based on a scale from 300 to 850. Both credit scoring models have changed quite a bit over the years, as I'm sure all of you have seen with the Vantage 3.0, 4.0, then there's FICO 8, FICO 9, and it just goes on and on. So, and it seems like they update it and come out with something new every year, but okay, so, and that has resulted in multiple versions of each one. FICO generates 2 types of scores, base and industry-specific scores. FICO base scores help predict a consumer's ability to repay a debt based on their overall credit profile. They range from 300 to 850. Industry-specific scores help predict a consumer's ability to repay a specific type of debt, like an auto loan or mortgage. They range from 250 to 900. And over here, if you look at the little chart over here, you can kind of see the difference of how it breaks down. Here's your FICO breakdown, and here is your Vantage score breakdown. And as you can see in both of them, payment history is the biggest factor. So you really want to pay attention to making sure that you keep your payments on time. That's really important. One missed payment can set you back in your credit repair quite a bit. The Vantage score model doesn't generate industry-specific scores. It only calculates base scores. When it came out in 2006, the scoring model had a range of 501 to 990. That was changed when Vantage Score 3.0 was released, with a range of 300 to 850. It continues with Vantage Score 4.0, making it easier for consumers to compare their Vantage Score and FICO credit scores. Now, I know some of you have pulled your Experian or other, credit reports and have said that, you couldn't find a score. A few of you in my inbox have had that issue, and this could be why. In order to have FICO scores, you need to have one or more accounts that have been open for at least 6 months, and at least one account that is reported to the credit bureaus within the past 6 months. Otherwise, FICO won't generate your scores. The Vantage Score model may be able to provide a score to someone who is new to credit or uses credit infrequently. Vantage Score can use data of just 1 month's history and one account reported within the previous 24 months. So if you're new to credit or you haven't used credit in a while, you may not have a FICO credit score, but you might have a Vantage credit score. Okay, so you might see your scores pop up on Credit Karma, but not on my FICO, basically. Alright, so that's about it on the credit scores and credit monitoring and where you can get your credit scores. Of course, you can find us on our website right here, and it's a link that you can click on if you want to look at it. And of course, you all pretty much know where I am. I'm right here. And this is Alan. He's right here. So you can click on that and you can message us if you have any questions. Alright, it's been nice talking to you. Have a good night.